Welcome everyone to our new exciting edition of Dice by the Sword Presents D&D 5th edition. We have transitioned over from our Adventurers League compliance system, and we are now doing a homebrew of the brand new hardcover official of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden. So we have a whole new party. We actually have some new people with us that have not played with us before. Well, that have a couple of them have played with us in a previous our Avernus game, and then we've got a couple of people who haven't played with us at all, including my beautiful wife Ashley. And let's see. So we will do cast introductions as we normally do before we get into the game, and then if you would be so kind as to give us a brief description of your character, like what they look like and any equipment they might be wearing. We will go down the list here. Let's start with, from the right-hand side of my screen anyway, we'll start with Goddamn Tony, playing Erebus Ubender.
Okay, so Erebus Ubender is a bugbear, but he's an Arctic bugbear, and he's going to be an archer, which will end up eventually being a combination of a couple classes.
Excellent. And what does Erebus look like?
Because he's an Arctic bugbear, he has white fur, and a dark pigmented skin underneath that white fur like a polar bear. The fur's actually translucent, so it reflects white in the daylight, but when it gets dim and shadowy, he blends into his surroundings.
Sweet. And what kind of gear does he have?
He has a bow and some leather armor, and that's it.
All right, and of course, everyone in this campaign will begin with a set of cold weather gear, which is heavy winter style clothing like wool and sheepskin, and it is topped with a fur-lined cloak, either made of some kind of cloth or of leather, depending on the individual's choice. So we have our next player. That is Nash, played by Skratching, one of our fellow DMs.
So Nash is a very dirty individual. While his armor is ornate in fashion and blazoned with the symbol of Tempest, the only thing that he really puts care into is the symbol itself. The rest of it is dirty. Probably hasn't bathed in a week or two. The armor that he's currently wearing is scale mail, and he has a decorative shield with the emblazon of Tempest, which is the burning sword. Your interactions with him, other than Sir Lexington, is very brash. He doesn't really have much social skills, and he has good mood days, and he has some very bad mood days. Crass's his back is also a mace. He's known for taking out his playing cards. He's been a veteran within the mercenary community for approximately the past 20 years. And for some reason, he's a cleric that likes fire.
Imagine that. Interesting. All right, thank you. Then we have Sir Lexington III, played by that bitch Drahzar, who is also a fellow DM on our channel, although he hasn't run a game for us in a while, because he's a skink.
Boo!
Boo! Cue all the booing sounds. Boo! Boo! No, I'm just kidding.
So bear with me. My headset just broke, so I'm trying to find a replacement, so I'm just using my phone for now. Okay. But yeah, so Sir Lexington is a white dragonborn. It's extremely strong in build, pretty burly dragonborn, but he's got a little bit of a fancy demeanor to him. Almost seems what you'd find in a rotten, spoiled teenager, in a way. You definitely can tell he is more attuned to the fancy life than the wretched life. And one little odd thing that you do see about Sir Lexington is he wields a lance, and he's not mounted. So, one of those little off things that you normally don't see. And that is Sir Lexington.
All right.
What about his peasants?
Sounds like a Ponzi motherfucker.
Oh yes, and he's accompanied at all times by 3 peasants. Bob, Tom, and Tony.
Yes, he did it. Yes.
And you almost kind of feel sorry for him most of the time, because it's to the point to where I could be sitting at a bar and I don't lift my hand to drink my beer. Tom comes over and lifts it to my lips.
Sounds about right.
Son of a bitch.
So I'm also accompanied by a kind of strange person to you all, another Dragonborn, but he kind of keeps to himself, and I only really go to him on rare occasions for additional training.
All right. And you will be responsible for keeping track of and playing all of your NPCs. Because I know that you're capable of doing that. All right, and...
But I'm spoiled and lazy, and you should do it for me.
No, fuck you. Then one of our newcomers to our channel, we have Lehabah, played by Ashley.
So Lehabah is 6 feet tall. She looks like a human. Shoulder length, blue-black hair, green eyes. She's kind of burly, and she's just wearing her regular cold weather gear, all black, and she has a black morning star. She's pretty quiet, mild-mannered, doesn't speak up. That's about it.
All right. Got that signature morning star. Good times. I like it. All right. Then we have this fucking perverted satyr running around with no fucking clothes on. Innsyn,
I don't know what you're talking about.
played by Ketamine, who is a real doctor in real life, and I always think that's cool.
What are you talking about, clothes? I find that this lovely scarf is all I need to keep myself warm. Although occasionally I have to strap metal onto my hooves. Anyway, you see a what looks to be like some sort of fey creature, but the bottom half is made of like chestnut brown goat, and the hair on his head kind of matches it. Poking through his hair are some soft horns, not like the nasty goat horns that might gouge you, but these actually look like you want to kind of, cuddle them. He is in fact only wearing a scarf. You can't see anything that's nasty because he is, got goat fur or hair or what you call it. He's got a bristly tail on the back. And I'm not quite from around here. I dare say that I walked through some sort of thing and found myself in these mountains. I'm a long, long way from home and my other satyr people. Although I am thrilled to bring my type of revelry and debauchery to these areas. Would you like some wine? He does have a rosy nose and rosy cheeks. It might be from the wine. It might be from the cold. You're not sure. He has some daggers kind of like stuck on a belt and a backpack, but not, like I said, not wearing much in terms of clothes.
All right. Goddamn satyrs. Goes clop, clop, clop. That's not a lie. They got hooves, so they clop around a lot. All right. And we have our new lovely couple that joined us for our last Avernus game to close out that whole hardcover, which was pretty fantastic. We've got Zach and Jessica. So starting with the first from furthest from my right would be Graz, played by Zach.
Okay, thanks for having me. So Graz, you see, is wearing like dark armor. It's filigreed and quite fancy. He holds himself up with quite a bit of grace. He is an Azamar, but you notice that his skin is pitch black, as well as his eyes. And he has 6 horns protruding from his head, just small, kind of Darth Maul-like ones in the crown shape. And you would see that satyr was proffering wine to be like, a man, a beast, whatever you are, after my own heart, and pull out a chalice and have you top it off, if you would.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, this is the finest of wines. It's iced wine from, the cold areas around here.
Oh, that's nice wine.
But yeah, that would be him. He has a great sword on his back. The blade is wavy like a crisp blade. But yeah, that's about him.
All right. And then we have, is that Galena or?
Yeah, it's Galena.
Okay. So then we have Galena, played by Jessica.
Thank you for having us. So yes, I would go over with Graz, and I would certainly partake in some of the wine offered, and also offer our new friends a traditional beverage called glug, which is a mulled spiced wine as well. So we can trade beverages. Galena is carrying a quarterstaff, but you get the idea that she doesn't really use it to hit people. It's ornate and has a massive chunk of geode at the end of it. She has her winter furs on, but when she takes those off to come inside and hang out with everyone, you see that she's got kind of ornate silks on, and plenty of pouches around her waist for all of the different items that she needs. She is a wizard.
Excellent. All right. Thank you, everyone. And our characters right now are sitting in a lovely little tavern in the city of Lonelywood, located within the southern slopes of the Icewind Dale region. And this lovely little tavern is called the Lucky Liar. And to give a introduction to our hardcover here, Icewind Dale has become trapped in a perpetual winter, kind of like a certain Narnia book or movie. The books were better, I think, but that's a whole different story. Ferocious blizzards make the mountain pass through the spine of the world exceedingly treacherous. And this land has not felt the warmth of the sun in over 2 years. In fact, the sun no longer appears above the mountains, not even in what should be the heart of summer. In this frozen tundra, darkness and bitter cold reign as king and queen. Most of the Dale residents blame Oril the Frost Maiden, the god of winter's wrath. The shimmering aurora that weaves across the sky each night is said to be her doing, a potent spell that keeps the sun at bay. Dale folk live in a scattering of settlements known as 10 towns. The drop-off in caravans coming from the south and travel between settlements in this never-ending winter has left everyone feeling isolated and lonely. Although each town has resolved to appease the Frost Maiden with sacrifices of one kind or another, no respite from winter's fury seems forthcoming. For adventurers such as yourselves, 10 Towns is a place to test one's mettle and, in the spirit of heroes who have come before, leave one's mark on this frigid, blighted land. And our party has been retained, essentially, by a group of nobles from the southern city of Luskin, which is the closest developed city, if you want, to the Icewind Dale region itself, to 10 Towns. And they have been tasked with providing relief efforts to the region up here due to the ongoing winter, essentially, the perpetual snow that continues to plague the land. And they have been given supplies, outfitted with cold weather gear, as I said, and they've purchased some of their own equipment as well with their retainer fees. Each of them has been paid by the nobles to, I guess, grease the wheel, if you want, or grease the palms, and give them a little bit of motivation. And there are promises of additional payments to come in the future. And as I said, they're currently in the tavern, the Lucky Liar, having a drink or just kind of carousing a bit and relaxing after a hard day's work of whatever relief efforts they would like to have done. They could have done them together or individually, it doesn't matter. The tavern itself is a relatively standard affair. It's a 2-story wooden building. It's seen better days, but it's not really run down. Fishers and woodcutters typically gather here in the evenings to weave tall tales to take away from the misery of their wintry filled lives. The more outrageous and embellished, the better. It's a known pastime for the local residents here. And from time to time, patrons whose tongues have been loosened by drink let slip valuable or dangerous secrets. And characters who typically loiter in the tavern are likely to hear a rumor or two, maybe. The tavern's raven-haired barkeep, Danae Zotal, files away all the little secrets that she hears and may be willing to share them for a price. And we'll pick up there, and so each of you can detail whether or not you are... we've already got a few of them sitting at a table, such as Innsyn and Graz and Galena are sharing drinks merrily and getting to know one another a little better. They haven't had a whole lot of chance to reminisce and socialize since they've gotten up here. They've been together for a while. They've spent some time with each other and have gotten to know each other, so it's not really like they're strangers or anything. But they haven't really had a whole chance to really socialize since they've come up here through the spine of the world. It was a rather treacherous journey, and they came up here with a let's see how many. It was split between 3 different dog sleds coming up into because in a lot of places the snow is almost impassable through the spine of the world. It's a very closely packed mountain range that has a treacherous only one path in and out of it, so there's really just one exit and entrance. It's a very ominous and mostly silent experience, other than the noises of like the cracking of the whip to get the dogs to go mush, essentially. And the Danae comes over to each of your tables, or if you're sitting at the bar or whatnot, to offer you drinks. And there's a merry fire roaring in the hearth, and you can hear one of the local farmers is telling a tale about how he's heard about or he not necessarily heard, but that he experienced a attack, if you will, by a giant white moose that, in his words, it was a giant beast, about 10 or 20 feet tall. It had horns bigger than a man, and it stared me down in the forest while I was trying to gather some wood. And this giant mighty beast, it reared up on its hind legs and started charging at me. Well, you know me. He stands up tall and looks around at the tavern and everyone who seems to be listening, which the tavern is relatively busy at the moment. There are people, the soft sound of voices talking and clattering of silverware on dishes as patrons are consuming their meals or drinking their beverages. It doesn't seem like very many people are listening, but for those who are, they seem to be enthralled in his story. And he sits up tall in his chair and, but I stared right back in that beastie's eyes. And you know what I did? I took my pitchfork, my axe, and I challenged it. And we fought. And I drove it away. But it's out there somewhere. I wasn't able to kill it. And I felt like I needed to get back to my house. Otherwise, I could get lost in the forest. As it was, I almost lost my way. but I was able to find my way back here. And as you can see,
Does he look like a bitch?
he looks like a dirty human farmer. I wouldn't necessarily say he looks like a bitch, but he is dirty. He's wearing, as with most of the people up here in Icewind Dale, you'll find that they
Do I believe
have
him?
the cold weather gear, the same or similar as to what you guys have. And with a 22 insight check, you can tell that he's completely and totally full of shit.
And in character, I go, likely story. Uh-huh. Totally believe you. Great hero. Show me something real.
What? You challenging my story, boy?
Boy, I'm older than you.
What I'm sorry. What my friend here is trying to say is for a lack of better term, what would you call it? That Nash, full of shit.
He's a bitch.
Did you say that you fought a giant mouse? You should really try some of this glug.
No, he said it had horns.
A mouse with horns? Oh, you're nuts.
Oh God, stay away from that. You might get furry.
No, not you're nuts. You're nuts.
Well, yes, mice do like nuts.
More wine.
You see one of the other peasants sitting at a table nearby. He stands up and holds his mug up and, oh, I've seen it too. This evil white moose. Well, I'm surprised he's not dead. Most of the time they kill these guys. He's lucky to be alive. I don't know if I necessarily believe that he drove it away, but
I'm gonna insight the fact that there is this thing that he thinks he himself has seen.
all right.
Was a mouse, now it's a moose.
It's always
A mouse once bit my sister.
Maybe you need to clean out your ears. You believe
It's
that
usually
you
eat swamp
believe that
grass.
what the second peasant believes what he's saying, Nash.
Maybe there's some truth to this.
This moose has been plaguing us for a long time. It's been harassing our loggers, keeping us from cutting down our trees and providing our normal exports, if you will, to the other 10 towns. And making it difficult for us to hunt, find a good meal to feed ourselves and our families.
So what you're saying is you need a fine group of adventurers like ourselves to take care of your issue. Bottom line, how much you paying?
Well, we're not really people of any means, but we could probably scrape something together for you as a reward if you were to take on that mission.
So not a lot is what you're saying.
I look over at Sir Lexington. And I look at him like, am I doing the right? Should I or should I not?
Yes, Nash, you are requesting proper. We do receive pay. You deserve payment.
I go over to him and go, but do I call him a cocksucker for his
Tell them we take wine.
lack of money offered?
We do take wine. And beer.
From that.
And as you're kind of negotiating with this peasant who's looking, as the conversation goes on, he's looking more and more pale, like, what the fuck did I just get myself into with this big, tall fucking whopper that I've been trying to tell here to make myself look better. The door to the tavern opens up, and you see a finely dressed woman. She has finer cold weather gear than most of the other peasants here, or the other tavern patrons. I mean, they're pretty much all peasants, but...
Is she hot?
She's pretty good looking. She's
I can't call.
Nash, no.
Why do you want a cat?
Bring that
Why
shit
do
over
you
here.
want a cat? Oh, it's a mouse.
But the inside voices, inside words, stay inside the mind, Nash.
Fine.
She is accompanied by a couple of other also finely dressed individuals, one male and one female. They're all humans, and she shakes off the snow from her hood as she pulls it down. She has long black hair. She's more pale of skin tone. She's got bright blue eyes that seem to sparkle when she smiles, and she looks in at the tavern and at the barkeep Danae, and I'll have the usual, Danae. And, oh, right away, speaker. As Danae goes to fetch her a whatever her usual is, you're not really sure. You've really never spent much time with her, and by referring her to her as speaker, you know from your time here in Icewind Dale that they're essentially the mayor of the town. So she's like the town leader, and she looks around and sees you guys so Nash, are you like up in this guy's face, or are you still sitting at your table?
Oh, I'm sitting at the table. My feet are on the table, like an uncivilized being.
Okay.
I'm sitting back, drinking the cheapest, most disgusting booze currently offered at the location.
Okay, it gets pretty cheap in most of these towns, so
Like, I'm willing to risk it that it might make me blind. That cheap.
yeah, basically, if you're going with the bottom of the barrel kind of quality, then you're basically drinking water with a little bit of alcohol in it.
No, I'm talking something that's gonna like strip paint. Like, I'm willing to go over to that category of dangerous.
Oh, okay, so like a little bit of some moonshine from some of the local peasantry. All right.
Yeah, cheap and effective.
Okay, give me D20. All right. As far as like moonshine goes, it's not bad. So it's not the kind of quality that will make you go blind or anything like that. But it's potent. So the more you drink of it, the more intoxicated you become. As normal, of course. And the speaker looks around, and she kind of takes a seat at a table across from where Nash and Sir Lexington are sitting. And Lehabah, where are you sitting at right now?
Just really close to everyone else, but yeah.
Okay. Are you sitting by yourself, or is it
With them, but kind of like on the outside.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does. Okay. And what about you, Tony?
Yeah, I would probably be wandering around, or I'm not partaking in the spirits. But if there's food, I might be eating, or I might be moving about.
Yeah, totally. There can be some food if you'd like some food. Danae is happy to provide. They've got plenty of food and different types of beverages to go around, so it's not the most ramshackle of places. Like I said, it's decent. It's not like upscale 4 or 5 star kind of accommodations, but it's pretty decent. And the speaker looks around, and she sees this peasant standing up on his chair and looking super pale in the face, and he kind of like his eyes keep darting between her and back to you guys, and she looks at him and regaling us with another one of your fine tales, Herman? And he looks and kind of stutters and I was just telling the newcomers about the white moose.
By his words, he says he's the finest warrior you have. I laugh at that.
And she kind of chuckles herself and
you guys are gonna need some really big mouse traps.
I believe he said moose, friend. Moose. With big antlers. But
moose don't eat nuts. Now I'm confused.
That's not what I've heard. You love the nuts.
Wow.
So,
Oh my.
quick question. My character has grown up, maybe not in this area, but in this sort of climate.
Yeah.
Does he know that these things exist and, are part of the local stuff? Or
Yeah.
would this be like a fanciful mythical type creature?
Bigfoot.
No, absolutely. I mean, just like in like Canada, where it's a lot colder and a lot more snowy usually, there are definitely mooses.
Okay, so this just sounds like it's an extra big something normal that we would expect to be in the area. Okay.
Exactly. So she kind of looks at her retainer and back over at you guys, and there's something plaguing our loggers and some of our hunters, and they've reported multiple different individuals who have no real interactions with another have reported that there is some kind of large creature that resembles a moose out in the forest, and that has been bothering them, I guess, if you want to say that. So if you would be interested, we could offer you some kind of reward if you were to go and investigate and perhaps drive it away or kill it. It doesn't matter to us.
What's her name again? Does anyone remember?
We don't have a group name yet.
You haven't come up with one yet.
No, her, the tall woman, the mayor.
I think they just call her Speaker because she speaks.
Oh,
that is sorry. One smart bugbear.
Right. My name is Speaker Nimsy Huddle.
Nimsy! How delightful! And he's suddenly sober. It's a pleasure to meet you. At your service, Innsyn.
Oh. Nice to meet you as well, sir. Nice to meet you as well. It's rare occasions that we see your kind come down here from the mountains.
I've never seen others of me. You've seen them?
Not personally myself, but I've heard stories.
Oh, I could tell you some stories, dear.
I'm sure you could.
Anyway, business!
Look. Like, I'm sure, like, I haven't heard that before a million times from these thirsty-ass peasants.
So yes, we'd be happy to take this monster off of your hands, but we would like to discuss the matter of recompense.
Indeed, of course. We'd be more than happy to pay you. We're not a particularly well-off town, but we'd be able to come up with something suitable. What do you think would be fair?
Well, I mean, we could accept partial payment in kind, like perhaps lodging and meals and wine, but my companions would like some form of hard metal currency payment, perhaps say 50 gold in advance and the same again once we've brought the creature's head to you.
Indeed.
Each.
Well, how about you come by my house tomorrow and we will discuss your reward, and I will have some freshly baked cookies there as well.
Oh, everyone loves cookies. How kind of you.
Indeed. And if you require lodging, my house, or the speaker's house anyway, that I am currently residing in as the acting speaker, is more than able to accommodate all of you, and it is heated as well, so you wouldn't have to worry about trying to provide warmth for yourselves.
Do you have a bath? This one requires a bath. He points to Nash.
We do have a bath in my home, yes.
I look over at Sir Lexington, and through our connection that we have, I think to him, "Do I have to take a bath?"
Well,
No, Nash, no one's requiring you to take a bath.
Like you're getting pictures of like things being lit on fire.
No, Nash, calm yourself. We do not have to take a bath if you don't want to.
although good hygiene is always a mark of a good adventurer.
No, I prefer the layers of adventure to stay on.
The layers of adventure.
There's possibly several hundred layers there.
Yeah, I'm quite more seasoned than you.
Yes, seasoning. That's a good word for it.
right, then it's settled. And as a preliminary thank you, I will cover your food and drinks for the evening.
Yay!
So eat and drink and be merry, and welcome again to Lonelywood. And it is,
I'm already behind the bar, opening the cask of wine.
it is nice to meet you all.
He's not even a bard yet, and he's already trying to fuck.
Nice to meet you. Yada yada yada. Where's the booze?
Out of the way, knave!
Danae comes back from the kitchen and sees you behind the bar there, Innsyn. And she comes over with a big wooden spoon and just cracks you up top of your head. Out of here, I say!
Once!
Out of here, I say! I'll serve you whatever you'd like. Get out!
Bring me a large bucket. Fill it with wine to here.
I'll go up to Nimsy and I'll go up to Nimsy and as she says, "Nice to meet you all," I'll take her hand and say, "No, the pleasure is all mine," and I'll kiss her hand.
Oh, a gentleman. It's rare to find your types around here.
Oh yes, it's hard living in the among other shall to say lesser beings.
Lesser beings.
Like those three over there. Tom, get me a drink.
I go kick Tom's chair.
You are controlling Tom, Drahzar. You act out how he reacts.
Oh God, not again!
Why, Master? Why?
We have 3 Jeffs now.
Excellent. The numbers are growing.
Oh no! These poor men. No wonder they fucking turn into skeletons later in the future.
I don't heal them. I just give them spare the dying. Which explains why they were so well preserved before, after the fact.
If you'd like to learn more about Bob, Tom, and Tony and this inside joke, please visit our YouTube page and watch our old Avernus episodes.
Would you like to learn more?
Pay attention to Fornicator.
Don't pay attention to him.
I have 2 nanas that would like to hang out with Bob, Tom, and Tony.
Wow.
For real, like they're outside with our packs still, so I can bring them in if that's okay for them to commiserate with each other.
I suppose so.
They're very friendly women. So I will bring in my Nana Juniper and my Nana Willow to hang out.
And I'll look at the 3 and I'm like,
So Lexington's bitches better be using Jimmy's tonight.
Oh my God. This took a long turn down south real quick. So
wait, who has the nanas?
I was surprised it took this long.
Galena, your wizard, has bananas. Sorry.
He's got bananas.
Yep, so I would just pour a round of glug for everyone and probably seat them at their own table.
Heard of these bananas? They are a yellow fruit.
They are very sweet, but they're not bananas. And I guess they are ripe of age, but still not bananas.
Perhaps a bit overripe, but that's when fruit is sweetest. Nana, please, let me tell you tales of my homeland.
Erebus, the nanas are what rich people have to raise kids.
No, those are nannies.
I don't understand them.
Yes, we actually come from the woods. We're not rich at all.
If you have a mother, and I don't know if you do, when you have a mother, that mother had a mother. That mother's mother is a nana.
Correct. These are my nanas.
Wait. Yeah, I never met mine.
They give you gifts at Winterfest.
I was not given gifts.
You see the rest of the bar patrons just kind of like, whatever, and then just go back to doing their own business and drinking and eating and all that good stuff. And Danae comes around and serves each of you guys, and there's, since the Speaker Nimsy is taking care of everything, and as Speaker Nimsy goes over to actually sit down at her table, you see her take off her cloak, and she's actually wearing a pair of tall stilts.
Whoa!
That are
She's a fucking halfling.
She is a halfling, actually.
Good.
I know. I was regretting even saying that, thinking better about it, but she is a halfling, and the stilts that she's wearing are specially made so that she can stay off the snow. They have special snowshoes on the bottom of them.
I'd like to remark to her that I think that's a very clever invention on her part, as long as she won't take offense.
Oh, no. Thank you. One of my children actually invented this for me. Quite handy. I kept getting lost in snowdrifts, and one time I thought I was going to die.
Oh, that's awful. I'm so happy that they thought of that for you, though.
Oh, me too. He's such a fine boy. Not like his brother and his sister. We don't talk about them, though.
Couple of bad apples in the bunch.
Well, they're just very spoiled and like to do their own thing, and they don't think about me as often as he does.
For shame.
His name is Xander.
That will be the big bad endgame guy.
Xander. All along, it was the halfling son, Xander.
I knew it.
We call him Scoop, though.
Scoop?
Yes, Scoop.
Oh, this land is delightful.
Does he come in ice cream sizes?
No. What's ice cream?
Is a halfling.
What's ice cream?
Let me get some snow. I'll be right back.
Okay. I don't
Take
like
some
where this
snow.
is going. He seems
And I
a bit
dump it
strange.
into my bucket with a little bit of wine and some sugar that I get from Danae, whatever her name is,
Yeah, Danae.
and some thick cow's cream. And I start swooshing it around to make some ice cream.
All right, they're kind of intrigued by what you're doing there with creating the ice cream, and
Now,
they're-
everyone take a turn. It's got to be continuously smooshed around. And when it's done, everyone reach in a paw and take a big handful and stick it in your gob.
they come around watching as you're swirling the ice cream around to get it to come together, and Nimsy kind of looks around at the rest of the party and sees Lehabah sitting off by herself still, and come closer, come have a seat with us.
I mean, if I have to.
Well, you don't have to, but you look lonely over there. Come and sit with us.
All right.
And one of her retainers pulls a chair out for you and gestures in a very friendly manner for you to come sit down.
Sit down awkwardly.
Okay. So, tell me something about yourselves. While we have time before get to the real business deals tomorrow about your mission to kill or to drive away this white moose and find out what exactly is going on. Where are you from?
I'm from quite far from here.
Really? Well, I knew that you're not that most of you aren't really from the Icewind Dale regions, and that you've been sent here by some benefactors. I don't have a whole lot of information. I wasn't briefed very much, and you see one of her retainers kind of lean over and whisper in her ear, kind of like Secret Service whispering to like the president. She's like, "Oh yes, some nobles from Luskin sent you here. That's not a very friendly city. I'm surprised that you seem so much friendlier than them. I've never been there
Terrible
myself,
place.
but I've heard bad things.
I don't want to go back there.
You know, I've heard stories that they have public executions. Is that true?
Yes.
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, that sounds like such an unfriendly place. But you won't find anything like that here in Lonelywood. No, we're very friendly here.
I find that most friendly places are hiding terrible secrets, so we'll see.
Oh. Possibly an astute observation, especially from one coming from such a place as around Luskin. But you said you're from very far away, so interesting. Well, you seem like a very friendly lass, so I get good feelings from you. And
Thank you.
She turns over to Nash and you don't smell very good, friend.
It's called adventure. Just try it sometime.
Adventure, eh? Well, none of the rest of your adventurers have such a potent...
They obviously haven't adventured as much as me, if you get the drift.
I see. Perhaps you are definitely in need of a bath, sir.
Duh! That's a waste of time and money.
Well, you are always welcome to use the facilities in my home. I think you probably could use them. And
He might clog them.
She looks over at Sir Lexington and gives him a wink. Your friend here seems to be much more in hygiene than you.
He's a little prissy sometimes.
Well,
I beg your pardon.
he seems a fine gentleman to me.
One man's fine gentleman is a little frou-frou to another.
You hear one of the peasants nearby is like, he's a poncy fuck.
As I lift my lance off my shoulders, I beg your pardon, sir.
He's like,
That's it.
oh shit.
Well, I don't disagree with you, peasant. He's my poncy fuck.
He kind of like, the peasant guy just kind of like ducks down, like holding his drink up, like, I didn't say that. Who said that? And Nimsy looks over at Graz and what about you, friend? You haven't said much this evening, and where are you from?
From a place I'm sure you've never heard of.
Oh, maybe I have. I'm pretty well learned. She kind of sits up with a little bit of pride in her spine.
I don't think it's on the maps.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it does not matter where I'm from. I'm here now.
All right. A man who lives in the now.
Yes.
I can respect that. And what of you? And she turns to Galena.
Okay. So me and my nanas actually have lived in the woods for quite some time, and just recently decided to travel north with Graz here.
Ah, indeed.
It's been a pleasant journey. We're happy to find work and be of service.
So friendly. That's the kind of attitude that we need here in Lonelywood. We appreciate fine folks like yourselves coming here to help us in this terrible winter has been going on for so long. I'm hoping that someday the Frost Maiden will grant us reprieve and allow the suns to come back out.
I'm very curious. Can you tell me more about the Frost Maiden?
Well, I don't really know a whole lot about her, but I've heard that she is the incarnation of winter, and that she came here a few years ago when this all started, and she is the reason, essentially, behind our perpetual winter. But no one really knows for sure. We've taken some of us more drastic measures to try to appease. Her name is Oril, and we've been doing our own individual ways of appeasing her, sacrifices and whatnot, if you will. Lonelywood, for example, has been paying her tithes of lumber and fine meats from our hunts, and that is our main industry here, if you would call it that. I know we're more of a meager town, but...
Did you say sacrifices? I always enjoy a good sacrifice. What kind of sacrifices?
Well, we don't kind of condone that behavior here in
Oh, yeah, of course not.
I would just elbow Graz in the ribs and kind of giggle.
But in the bigger cities, or towns, if you will, like Bryn Shanda, they have a lottery system that once every month they have all of the town residents pick a number or something, and whoever's number is called, they are essentially stripped naked and sent into the woods to die.
Ah, very interesting, very interesting. I would take out a small journal and start jotting some of this down.
And this is a barbaric practice in my eyes. We don't have nearly the manpower for that kind of thing. We don't have that many people who live here. And you see that same peasant who was talking shit about Sir Lexington. He's like, much the better for it, man.
Ah, but if you did have the bodies for it, you would not be opposed?
Well, we would be opposed here in Lonelywood, but some of the other towns don't see it the same way that we do, so...
Okay. I'm very much a when in Rome, do what the Romans do type of person. Have you ever been to Rome?
No, I'm not familiar with that place. Is it nice?
Was a small, quaint village right outside of the forest I grew up in. I'll have to tell you about it sometime.
I would be interested in hearing the tales.
Certainly, and I would pour her some more glug.
And she takes a small sip and, oh, this is potent.
And then I would, point out to my belt, many herbs and spices.
Herbs and spices. There's some KFC up in this shit.
Fucking 11 herbs and spices.
And she turns over to Erebus and... You're an exotic-looking fellow. Where are you from, friend?
My tribe inhabits the mountains to the north of here, so I am used to this weather.
Ah.
Are there mountains to the north? I don't even know.
There is. Basically, the Icewind Dale kind of sits in a low valley surrounded by giant mountains.
Okay.
And Lonelywood itself is on the shore of a large lake. And it's more towards the southern portion of the spine of the mountain. Or spine of the world, I'm sorry. So, it's on the northern side of the spine of the world, but the southern portion of the Icewind Dale region itself. It's one of the only, knowing what you know and having been here for a little while, you know that the more northern reaches of Icewind Dale are bereft of any kind of vegetation. It's just too cold for trees and things like that to grow up there. So it's mostly just frozen tundra. But down here with Lonelywood and going further south, it's just warm enough where some special types of coniferous trees are able to grow here.
Okay, cool.
So she kind of spends some time, and she's they're all astounded once Innsyn finishes creating the ice cream, and she kind of spends some more time with you guys, and then she after an hour or two she begins to visibly tire, and well, I believe that I'm going to call it a night here, so I will going to return to my home, but you're welcome to either follow or you can come. Little later on, I will have my retainers here, my assistants, keep watch, and they will let you into my home once you're ready. If you'd like to stay with us, there's no obligation, of course. You can always stay here with Danae.
Thank you very much for your kindness.
Of course. Welcome again to Lonelywood. We look forward to working with you.
We look forward to a long end. He wiggles his tail. Fruitful relationship.
Down, thirsty boy, down.
See a bard.
Life is worth celebrating, and there's so many fine ways to celebrate. With wine, with women, with men, with animals.
All right, Diane, it's just time to calm down.
And with other satyrs stroking off my velvety horns.
How do you think centaurs are made?
That's a
I
furry
don't
issue.
ask these questions.
Those are questions that no one tries to ask. So
I know someone who would ask.
she sits down on her stool and puts her giant snowshoe stilts back on and stands up a little wobbly, but she seems pretty dexterous on her feet, as you know halflings are usually known to be. And she pulls back on her nice cloak and winter clothing, looks at everyone, kind of shakes her hand, and gives you a cheery smile, and puts her hood back up, and her assistants then take their leave. The night continues to drag on, and you guys can do whatever you'd like if you continue to carouse or socialize with each other. And then eventually Danae calls out last call for the evening, and some of the peasants begin to grumble. So it's too short, and the night's too short, and the day's too long.
I would like to order like 4 or 5 drinks because that lady was paying at last call.
She gives you a dirty ass look, like fucking closers.
4 buckets, please.
I ordered 1 bucket of moonshine already, so I should still be good.
So eventually she brings out all of the drinks and has one of her assistants kind of bring out some more drinks for you guys. And for those who have consumed 2 or more drinks, I'm going to need a Constitution save.
I'll go ahead and give you 2 of them. There you go.
Nash is like, I've been doing this all my fucking mercenary life, bitches.
Oh, he's seen some shit in his day, so.
Innsyn is just like, whatever. And Graz has been drinking. He's a bit intoxicated now. But everyone else seems to be taking their alcohol a little bit more appropriately, I guess, or a little bit more stoutly. So Graz is obviously intoxicated by this point, and Galena has been drinking herself a little silly as well. So you guys are both drunk at this point.
Yep.
Yeah, lots of glug.
Trashed.
You guys are pretty fucking trashed by now. By
Merry.
the evenings.
Feeling merry coming into town.
Yep. So your nanas begin to make sure that you guys get back out to your sleds in
Back with the nanas.
yeah, a somewhat seemingly manner. And Sir Lexington, were you drinking at all?
I would have been sipping a fine wine, just one though.
Okay, so you're all right. And Lehabah?
No, just like whatever non-alcoholic drinks they offered.
Ah, okay. I feel it. So you're just like watching everybody like, these fucking bitches. But she doesn't seem to say a whole lot to you guys. She's just kind of sitting there quietly to herself, planning everyone's demise. Because, it's always the quiet ones.
I would have been drinking only water from my own canteen and going in and out of the building quite often throughout the night.
All right, Mad Eye Moody.
Have you been pissing in your canteen?
No, that is why I go outside.
To piss in your canteen.
You don't need to piss in your canteen when you have all of this snow.
Ah, you've been drinking the yellow snow.
He pissed in the snow first and then put it in his canteen.
Free food coloring.
Taps his forehead.
So are you guys going to stay with Nimsy at her home with the heated attic, or are you going to stay here in the tavern?
Definitely Nimsy.
She
Yeah,
definitely
definitely.
said heated attic, right?
Yes, she said it.
I'm there.
Didn't she also mention nice facilities?
Yes.
Don't
And a
care.
bath. A bath.
I'm a picky shitter. Gotta have a nice toilet.
You sure you don't want to just shit in some random corner?
Not this character.
What's wrong with that? Floor's
sorry.
good.
That's just Katesh. All right, so the Nanas help you and Graz out to the dog sled and kind of help you drive it over to the speaker's house, to Nimsy's home, and the rest of you guys are able to get yourselves there. Of course, this Ponzi ass motherfucker, Sir Lexington, is just kind of like riding on the carriage part of the fucking dog sled while Bob, Tom, and Tony are like, look, instead of having dogs, he just has his fucking his retainers fucking pulling the sled for him. Like, what need have I have dogs?
Faster, Tom! Faster! Hiya!
Oh yes, master. They just and they just look at each of you guys, trying not to catch Sir Lexington's eyes, and they're like, "Fucking kill me now!"
If they only knew what was in store for them in the afterlife, they'd have a better face.
Fuck my life.
End the suffering.
Kill us now. So you guys are. It takes about let's say about half an hour to get from the Lucky Liar down to the speaker's house because of the snow, and one of her assistants is standing there at inside of the front door, but it's kind of really sitting there like reading some kind of pamphlet or some kind of written material. They don't really have true books up here, so it would be more like your annual kind of newspaper type thing. And as she sees you guys approaching and hears the dog sleds outside and the panting of the peasantry from pulling Sir Lexington's sled, and it seems like he has a more heavy, slightly nicer sled than the rest of you guys.
I'm imagining, have you seen Spaceballs, the princess and all her shit?
Basically, just like that, yeah. Because he has to embellish his shit.
Her fucking matched luggage.
Yep, exactly, yep.
I can't live without my hair dryer!
He has his scale combs and shit, like a whole fucking giant fucking box of them. Different types of monocles. Because
Just a few more snowdrifts to go.
yeah, exactly.
You said that 3 snowdrifts ago.
Yes, we ain't found shit.
So when he gets off of his sleigh or dog sled, Innsyn actually leaps up and he goes about 6 feet in the air, meaning his feet are 6 feet high, which is kind of an impressive jump, but he seems to do it very easily.
That was a cool trick.
Mirthful leaps, motherfucker!
Mirthful leaps. Is that one of your racial traits?
It is!
Oh my god.
Nice.
I don't think he's part goat, I think he's part rabbit.
Goats can jump?
They can climb walls.
Yeah, and
You
they
know,
can
I-
jump.
I could give you a thumper later if you'd like there, Nash.
Is it sexual? If it is, I'm in.
You, me, the bathtub, midnight.
No bathtub, not in.
He's like, oh no, never mind, I'm not in.
That's where he draws the line. The bathtub.
Bathtub. The sodomy is all cool, but no bath. Oh god. It's okay. Our viewers know what kind of content we produce here.
Wait,
Alright,
we have some of those?
Yes, some of our
Oh,
videos have had quite a few views. Thank you. Fucking goddamn Tony. So her assistant leads you guys inside and shows you where the facilities are. There's for the size of the house, their kitchen seems to be very large, as you would probably expect from a halfling, and very well stocked. She says to help yourselves if you get hungry, then takes you guys up and shows you where the heated attic is, and there's quite a few. It's like the house itself could be a tavern of its own, but is dedicated just to the speaker and her family. And a couple of the rooms are marked off as being like for her and her children, and you can hear the soft sounds of snoring behind the doors. But the rest of the rooms the assistant shows you, and these are all of your rooms that you may stay in. It's all heated by the fireplace downstairs, and we keep it all nice and toasty up here.
Thank you.
Is this like a fire situation, or is it like a furnace situation?
More like a furnace.
I take off my scarf. Oh, it's quite warm in here.
Your scarf is the only thing you're wearing.
I'm naked.
How scandalous.
I start stripping down too.
Take it into the
Naked?
rooms. Take it into the rooms, you pervs. There's children here. What if they wake up?
I mean, one's like half goat. That's basically like an animal. You're gonna tell me like with all these farm animals around, they haven't like accidentally seen something?
Well, that's different. That's cattle.
I mean,
No.
there's that. So yeah, exactly.
It's all the same, bro. Okay. So each of you is given a room that you can either have to yourself, or there's enough rooms for everybody. So you can either have your own room, or you can share a room if you'd like. So Innsyn and Nash are already going to share a room.
That's fine.
No Grandpa Zion here to help with that shit.
That's what you think. Remember, that's canon.
The sounds of anguished human cries from an old man echo resoundingly through the house. Oh God, no.
Weird. So I'm gonna be in a room with my nanas, but then in the middle of the night, like, sneak out to Graz's room too.
Okay.
Super juvenile about it. Gotta sneak away from my nanas.
In the middle of the night, I sneak into the room with the nanas.
They're probably into it.
Oh, I want to learn how to knit.
Oh, sure. Yes.
Is that what you're calling it?
Oh, yeah, totally. You're going to learn how to knit. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, stick one hole through the other.
Knit one, pearl two.
You know about knitting, Tony?
Yeah. that's
Apparently.
cool.
God damn it, Tony.
The wife is pregnant. I mean, you know. You need to know a thing or two about knitting.
I know some stuff about yarn now. I got a pretty good eye for yarn. I don't know shit about
True.
knitting or crochet, but Ashley is a professional with her crocheting and knitting too, but she does mostly crochet. It's good stuff. All right. So
I
you guys,
would I would take the bedding off of the bed and then like make a little nest inside the closet and close the closet almost all of the way until it's just open a sliver and I can see the door.
just like your creepy bugbear eyes fucking poking out from, like, you can just see it inside the closet looking all creepy and shit.
Like the monkey in Chris's closet.
Yes. Just like the evil monkey in Chris's closet from Family Guy. Are you gonna pop out when somebody comes in the room and just fucking point your finger at them menacingly?
Well, if it's somebody I recognize, I'll just let them think I'm not there. If it's somebody I don't recognize, it depends on the situation. Maybe I shoot them with an arrow.
Okay. Your children should be in bed, Draws. It's late. It's like midnight. Irresponsible.
Maybe his kids still wake up in the middle of the night.
Irresponsible.
No, he lets them stay up late.
Yeah, he does. Lets them stay up way late.
Fuck that.
No, right? This is our time. Some Goonies
Seen
shit
enough
right
of your
now.
faces.
This is our time right now.
Okay, thanks, Goonies.
Our children are with Grandma. And it is glorious. All right, so you guys do whatever overnight, and Nash finds himself being accosted by a bunch of peasants from Sir Lexington to take him down into the bath.
Nope. Nope, not happening.
No, I'm kidding. So in the morning, you're all invited to come down for breakfast, and there's quite a spread, like eggs and bacon and different types of sausage, potatoes and root vegetables like carrots and.
They said we could take whatever food we wanted in the middle of the night, right?
Yeah, if you want to help yourself, that's fine.
My backpack is now full of food.
Okay. They don't really care. I mean, they had like a well-stocked pantry.
Now I got a well-stocked backpack.
Okay.
I might need a little hair of the dog too in the morning, so I'm gonna definitely be drinking some wine.
Okay.
Here's a little wine for you.
Innsyn,
Oh no, this is great. What type of animals is egg from?
those are, well, have you ever heard of an axe beak?
No. What's an ass beak?
An axe beak. They are very large types of chickens. They kind of look like. Basically, out of character, they are like chocobos.
You're a chocobo.
The eggs are fantastic.
Yes, they're very good. We have quite a few axe beaks up here. They're native to this land. We ride them as well.
Oh, I would love to ride that ass beak.
You'd like to ride that ass?
That's what I heard.
Yes, with all of your subtlety. Thank you.
That's what I heard.
There's a reason he's got a 7 charisma, okay?
And Nimsy comes walking down from upstairs, and she's ringed by her 3 children. She's holding the hand of what looks like the youngest one, and he's rosy cheeked, and he's pretty small. He looks maybe like 6 or 7 years old, and he's got kind of shaggy brown hair, and he's got bright brown eyes. I mean, it looks very cheerful, and he sees the food on the table and just pays no mind to any of you guys and rushes past her and takes his hand out of her hand and just sits down and starts scrumping his face. The other 2 children are a little bit more reserved, and they come and sit down as well around you guys and begin eating as well. And Nimsy comes over, and she walks over to what looks like a large oven and pulls it open, and your nose is assaulted by the fresh smell of delicious baking cookies. And she pulls them out of the oven, and I love cookies. And you can see that they look like they are ominously shaped like halflings.
What kind of cookies?
This
These
module is the best.
Innsyn's gonna take a few of those cookies for some personal time later. They are these type of cookies, and you see that there's also a couple of trays down at the end of the table. that looks like they are different types. The ones she just pulled out have the smell of chocolate to them, so possibly chocolate chip. There's also like cinnamon cookies and sugar cookies.
Okay.
I would definitely like a sugar cookie.
All right. So, of course, and she beckons her hands to all of the food, and then help yourselves. And I had a wonderful breakfast prepared just for you. And you can see that most of the furniture in the house seems to have been sized for halflings. Like the ceilings and everything, the walls are all wide and tall, so it seems like the house itself was built more with humans in mind. But most of the furniture seems to be of a halfling size. But there seems to be some that are a little bit out of place. They don't really match the rest of the halfling size furniture that are of normal human size. So like she's brought out the good furniture for you guys.
Thank you. Thank you so much for hosting us. It was very gracious.
Of course. So have your fill of breakfast and cookies, and then we will discuss our business at hand about this dreadful moose.
I start shoving my face full of cookies because I'm a sucker for some goddamn chocolate chip cookies.
Try the halfling cookies.
They are delicious.
Do they taste like halfling?
No. They're just shaped like halflings.
Okay.
They do not have halfling.
Upon eating the cookies, I'm also disappointed, thinking that they would taste like halfling, and they don't.
You're like, oh.
So you've made love to halfling too, haven't you?
Perhaps on occasion.
This group is great, guys.
Just because you found a fellow halfling fucker.
Also, too, I imagine I don't know if D&D is like this, but do kids normally drink wine or not at all? Is that like against the rules? Like in America, you're a kid, you're not supposed to drink? Or is this like European, like you put wine in your water so you don't die of dysentery or something?
It depends on the region and the species.
Okay, I was just curious about these people because that one kid, I would try to like sneak the one kid some wine. Because
He, you could offer it to him, like when Innsyn's not looking, but he kind of looks at it and smells it, and he's like, no.
Okay, fair enough.
But good idea, though.
But dwarves are totally down. Like, they can put that shit in their bottles.
No, don't dwarf women just secrete wine?
Yes.
And whiskey.
Yes. Mostly just dwarven ale. So once you guys have had your fill of breakfast and cookies or whatnot, she's eating breakfast with you guys as well. And then once she finishes, she kind of pushes her plate back and she looks over at her assistant that was helping you guys last night, and she's wearing a chef's apron and kind of wipes the sweat from her brow. And wonderful meal as always. Thank you, Letitia. And she kind of curtsies a little bit, like, you're welcome, and goes back and continues cleaning up the kitchen and whatnot. And Nimsy turns to everyone and, well, as we've spoken about earlier, our loggers are being terrorized by a white moose or something of that nature, and the beast has eluded the hunters that we've sent to kill it so far. We depend on the forest for our survival. I wouldn't be a very good town speaker if I let a dumb moose get the better of us, would I? So, in exchange for your assistance, I'll be willing to pay maybe 100 gold pieces.
Well, I think that plus the room and board is an excellent start.
No. 200.
200 is that's a bit out of our price range. I'm sorry.
You see any other adventurers around here?
Nash, let's not be too greedy now.
What? Come on. We know we can get it. We're worth more than that. Don't you want that new tea cozy or something?
Give me a. If Nash is gonna do it, give me a persuasion check with disadvantage. You rude son of a bitch.
I don't care.
Someone else could roll me a persuasion check if you would like.
I mean, I'm
For she's like, no.
I would think that 100 gold is fine, but I wouldn't want to stand in the way of any of my companions from getting the chance to negotiate.
I would like to be able to keep the meat.
The meat that you have, you may keep.
That's
The
fair.
meat of the mouse. If it's as large as they say.
A moose, friend. Moose.
Right, that's what I said.
Perhaps we would only need to bring the head back.
Well,
Then you can eat all of its meat.
Why would you let the meat go to waste?
No, you can eat the meat.
well, perhaps we could offer you 125 gold pieces. And you could also sell the carcass of the moose to one of our local butchers. Might pay some gold for that. Probably not too much, but could get you a bit more money. Our coffers are a bit scant at the moment.
I ask, is it common to have white mooses, moose?
I think it's mice.
Spots?
I think the plural's mice, but I'm not sure.
Mice, yes.
No, this is kind of a unique creature, and it seems to be more intelligent than most. It's very strange from the reports that we've gotten about it.
Would you perhaps prefer that we do not kill an intelligent rare moose and bring it back alive?
That would be quite interesting. If you were to do that, perhaps I could offer you something else, such as we have an old tavern here in town that's been closed some time ago. The last owner, a retired man named de Groots, he unfortunately had a smelting accident in his common room.
A snorking accident. Strange things they do here.
He died, essentially, and the inn has been closed since then. So perhaps if you were to bring this creature back alive and we could see it with our own eyes, then we could maybe give that to you as an investment property.
Any of you here speak animal?
I'm sorry, I have to sit down. I'm kind of stunned at the thought of owning a tavern.
So is a tavern.
That's
You guys.
better to console you. It'll be okay. We're close. We might achieve it.
That's a
Nash is thinking more brothel than tavern, you know.
Brothel? Of course he is.
I can sample from the wares.
Are you going to name it the Bump and Grind too?
Maybe.
all the halflings you can fuck.
Yeah, you would call yours short stack.
God.
It's fair.
Ashley is a seasoned tavern owner.
I look at
Yeah.
the bugbear, Erebus.
Yes,
You come from the mountains.
I do.
Do you know how to trap?
Normally we don't trap things. Normally we walk up to them and then kill them.
How about
Stab
tracking?
them until they die.
Yes,
Excellent. That's a start.
I will be able to track quite well at level 2.
Hmm.
Until then, I may be a bit rusty.
Perhaps Lehabah can track and trap.
No, I'm of the camp of killing.
We could take a vote.
Well, whatever you decide. Kill it, bring it back alive, whatever. If you bring it back alive, then you'll have a slightly sweeter reward. But either way, we have also commissioned a few other hunters to find this moose as well. So I would say that time is of the essence.
It's a race. The game is afoot.
Whoever
What?
is able to bring back the head or the moose itself will receive the reward.
I thought the game was killing moose.
The moose is afoot.
So we're tracking a foot?
4 feet, actually.
Ah. I am confused.
And the assistant comes out and whispers in Nimsy's ear again, fucking Secret Service style. And I have some meetings to attend to, my friends. So if you'll excuse me, I will be on my way. And I hope that you will undertake this and help us get rid of this creature once and for all.
Count on us.
Excellent.
Or we're not known as the unknown group of people who haven't chosen a name yet.
The unnamed mercenary group.
So, retcon just a little bit what we did in the tavern the night before. Of the people that claimed to have seen it, where did they say they saw the moose? Like, general direction, or where do they work?
The stories vary. They've seen it in a number of different places. Just kind of, there are a couple of encampments that you could check out. Like a logging.
Did you say there were lumber camps that
Yep.
had seen it?
Yeah,
Okay.
logging camps. Yeah.
Logging, okay.
Perhaps we should just dress up our goat friend here in white and put some moose antlers on him and see if we can lure out that moose.
I don't really want to have horns other than the ones that the gods gave me on my head.
Yeah, I understand that, but maybe...
You would make a
that's
very sexy
possible.
moose decoy.
Yes, exactly. It could not resist. Guaranteed.
Perhaps some branches.
That could work.
Was there any certain time of day that it's been seen? I mean, I know it's always night, but
It seems like from what information she was able to give to you guys that there's no real consistent time of when the moose comes out, so it's a little bit difficult. She has suggested that you begin looking around for tracks near one of the logging camps.
That sounds like an excellent plan. I think we'll need wine.
Fucking alcoholic.
It's like water.
just like water.
I'm excellent at turning wine into water. Watch this, and he pees.
That's not water, my friend. That's urine.
AFK 1 second.
All right.
Drink it, I dare you.
No, that's what the bugbear does.
Oh my.
Oh dear. No, that's not what I meant. Never mind.
I didn't realize we had an R. Kelly here.
He's trapped in the closet.
Oh god. All right. So she's giving you guys one of the logging camps that you can go to, and it'll take about let's see, about 2 hours to get to on dog sled.
I look at Bob, Top, and Tony. I'm like, "You hear that, boys? We're heading out."
Oh god.
Meat's back on the menu tonight.
I lean over to Lexington and go, "Did you remember to feed them last night?"
Ah, shit! I thought you were going to feed them.
When you
No.
were looking, they were eating. They waited until Sir Lexington was like looking away, and then they're like,
So sad.
it's fucking eating real quick.
Down, boys, down.
You're such an asshole. I mean,
I swear, acting like beasts, like they are. They're a handful.
you hear that same peasant voice from last night outside the house. He's a Ponzi fuck.
Just
God damn it!
like Lexington. Just remember, we've talked about this before. Remember, you gotta feed the help, or else the help doesn't help you.
I'm sorry. I'm not used to feeding other people.
I told you he's a Ponzi fuck.
God damn it! I start running outside with my lance drawn.
you see that peasant running?
Get on out of here!
Running the fuck away. He's gonna be following you this whole game. You're gonna be in like some deep dark cave or something, and he's gonna be like, "He's a Ponzi fuck."
Every time he says it, I nod.
Yeah. Yes. I agree. You're just gonna be chasing this guy all over the place. It's canon now.
Until he finds out that he can't outrun me. And then I'm gonna kill him.
He's not afraid of your Ponzi ass.
Hey, we do need bait for a giant moose.
I thought we were gonna use Innsyn for that.
Not when we have peasants. Get over here.
He fucking runs the hell away. And while you guys are debating on what to do, the children have finished eating and they start fucking running around and chasing each other with wooden swords and fucking making a bunch of noise, and it's difficult to hear. Nuh-uh. Yeah. Nuh-uh.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh my, such strong language.
Start talking about...
Is that what
stupid-ass
satyr children tell each other?
That's what the kids were saying, man.
You hear them start arguing with each other and talking about stupid shit like poo and farts. I'm not speaking from personal experience.
Uh-huh.
Goddamn children. I just channel the spirit of our children. Little bitches. Little bitches. Now they're mostly pretty funny. They behave, which is unusual.
Because Christmas is coming up.
Yeah, well, I've already told them the story about Krampus many times.
Nice.
Don't tell them about Krampus. Tell them about Granny E.
No,
Oh, good.
that's horrific. No one deserves that. Not even like the worst adults. Like even
We want
Jeffrey
to-
Dahmer would have nightmares about Granny E.
We want to scare them, not scar them.
Yeah, right? They'll fucking need therapy after that story. Once there was an old lady who was really a warlock that sold her soul, thinking that she was looking for her grandkids. And then tentacles grew out of her vagina. And she was a drug addict, eating pies made of children.
Oh god! You mean their entire body went up there?
Everything, including their shoes. And then that will get Draven the most because apparently he fucking hates shoes. It's ridiculous. I don't like, he gives me so much problems just fucking putting on a pair of shoes. Like if he wants to go outside and ride his fucking scooter. He pouted for like half an hour yesterday because I told him that he could not wear fucking flip-flops to ride his scooter outside.
It's because he became a Chad and discovered that he wants to wear flip-flops all the time.
I know, and then we need this fucking peasant to come around and be like, "Who's a Ponzi fuck?"
Yeah.
We need that fucking peasant. I need to come up with a name for that guy. You know where I'm leaning, I think, Ashley.
Swear to God, Ryan.
You know what I'm thinking. His name is going to be...
Wilbur.
Drum roll, please.
No. It's gonna be Steve.
Jesus.
Because every rando NPC's name is Steve. No, I'll come up with a better name for him. I'll come up with a better name for him. That was just a running joke in my Dragon Heist campaign.
I'll just punch you after this is over.
That's understandable. All right.
At least it's not Taylor.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, Taylor.
God damn Taylor.
Charles hates that guy so much.
He's gonna fucking die. This is Taylor 2.0.
Yes. I'm gonna need you to do his voice, Scratch.
Hello, everybody. My name is Taylor Tanner. Welcome to Taylor's Tanner and Tanner. How may I help you today?
Oh boy.
He's so extra. And Draws hates that guy so much.
Would you like a purse? How about a jacket? I got some your size. I got some my size. I got something all our sizes.
I swear he's gonna burn.
Didn't you already kill him? And then his kid took over?
No, I don't think I killed him.
Oh, okay. I thought that's what I heard. That's good shit. We haven't met him in our campaign yet, have we?
You have.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we have. All right.
You also met his cousin.
Oh no. No need. We're good.
His entire line of family will burn.
You met his cousin, Smitty Tanner.
Oh yeah, I remember Smitty. All right, good shit. That shit just makes me laugh like a motherfucker. All right, so you guys finish eating breakfast and pack up your shit and head on out. I'm assuming. Okay, you can take whatever food you want with you.
I will make sure my wine skin is full.
All right, I assumed that. So you follow the directions that Nimsy has given to you to the nearest logging camp, and not surprisingly, given all the trouble that they've had with this moose, the logging camp is mostly deserted. By mostly, I mean it is deserted. You don't see any living individuals around here. It takes you about 2 hours to get there, and with your cold weather gear, it's not an issue. You know, with the snow and whatnot, and traveling with the sled dogs. Except for Bob, Tom, and Tony, who are having some issues fucking pulling that big sled for this Ponzi ass motherfucker. But they seem in slightly better spirits, having stuffed their faces with the halfling food when Sir Lexington wasn't looking.
I swear to
I
God,
will also flip them wine at every rest.
If you don't catch up with the rest of the pack, you will receive no food for tonight.
Oh God! And they like run faster. You see, like visibly the speed that they're going at fucking increases. So you guys get to the logging camp, and she suggested that you guys spend some time looking around for tracks. So I'm going
Perception or survival?
I'm going to need a survival check.
I see things that look like footprints all around these sled dog carts. Is this what we're looking for?
I think those are yours.
No, mine are look like goat hooves.
I got a somewhat decent survival. I don't know about other people. Someone else might be proficient.
Hold on, let me take a look.
Ooh.
I've hunted dragons in the past. Maybe I can find some luck with the moose.
And is this Is this daytime or nighttime?
Essentially, it is daytime right now, so it's a little bit brighter than like nighttime. So during the nighttime hours, it's totally dark, but during the daytime hours, it's like dusk essentially. So the sun is not really risen because it can't come up here. but you have some light that you can search by, so it's not like a disadvantage on the check.
Okay, drop it in the tower, or are we picking somebody, or what are we doing?
You can go ahead and drop it in the tower of power.
Okay.
All right. And how long will you guys spend searching for tracks?
Well, at least an hour?
Yeah, I also want to look up in the trees, so if it eats vegetation, they're going to eat the little fresh sprouts off of the edges of the pine trees. So if something that tall would nibble on the ends of the pine trees, but up quite a bit higher. So I want to look down for tracks, but also up for signs that it's been around.
All right, give me a second roll, Erebus, with advantage. So this will be your second roll.
Does your neck hurt? It keeps going up and down and up and down and up and down, and no, now I'm dizzy.
All right. So, and spending roughly an hour or so looking around for tracks, Sir Lexington actually is the first one to spot some tracks, but Erebus is also able to find signs that a large creature like that has been indeed feasting on some of the more tastier bits of vegetation around here, and it seems to go in a basically almost a straight line from the logging camp off into the forest.
Okay.
So give me a D6 roll, Lexington.
All right.
All right. So the tracks lead off into the forest. So what do you guys do?
I will point said tracks out and say, I knew my tracking skills in the past would pay off. It seems like they lead into the woods.
You might want to feed your guys first.
Huh? Oh, yes. I pull out some rations.
Right, I'll get started. Moo! Moo! Oh, moo! Moo!
All right. So you guys begin following the tracks.
Yeah.
I will stealth ahead of the party.
Okay, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Okay, here you go.
I think I would also like to stealth, maybe off to the side.
Okay. All right. You feel pretty stealthy, Innsyn. And so does Erebus. So you guys begin following the moose tracks, and after traveling for what seems like forever, and in reality is about 4 hours, okay, begin to get a bit tired, tracking through all the snow. But with the sled dogs, or if you're just walking on foot, then that's why it would take so long. But you come across a small clearing, and in the clearing you see that there is indeed a large moose creature here, but it has brown fur instead of white. And it's just kind of lazily eating from the branches and kind of just like sniffing around. It seems like any ordinary moose. It doesn't have blood covering it or any kind of white fur at all. And its horns are very, very small, as if it may have just shed them.
Can I look around to see if there might be indication that there's another one there? Like with looking,
Sure.
not tracking.
Give me another survival check.
I mean, like physically look, not
Okay.
not
give me a
tracking.
perception check then. All right. It does not look like there are any other moose creatures in this area. This is like a solo creature traveling around on its own.
Yeah, looks like the only one, guys. We want to kill it?
I don't think we need to.
Don't need to, but we can.
Killing it might scare off the other one if it was in the area at all.
I remain hidden.
Okay.
Hopefully upwind.
So
Downwind? Whichever the good one is.
This is obviously not the moose creature that you guys are searching for.
All right. I say we push on.
All right. So, traveling a bit further away from the moose, go ahead and give me another survival check, Mr. Lexington. You hear echoing off in the distance. He's a Ponzi fuck.
That motherfucker.
All right. Try as Sir Lexington might, he is unable to find more tracks.
Where is he? I know I heard him.
You hear scrambling off in the distance.
The rest of my survival checks will be to track down little bitch face. Someone else is going to have to take the reins. I'm sorry. I've got priorities.
Every time you guys hear that fucking peasant guy calling out Sir Lexington being a Ponzi fuck, when he's not looking and he's like distracted by that guy, the Bob, Tom, and Tony just kind of look at each other and snicker like. Does anyone else want to give me a survival check?
Oh, I suppose I can try again.
All right. Go ahead and give me your survival check. Your first search around the forest yields no results, Erebus.
Okay.
Nash finds a bush with berries that seem like they might be edible.
I don't take him. Do not. Do not. He's seen this one too many times.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% sure.
They look pretty tasty.
I give him to the satyr.
Do I smoke them?
You eat them.
No, I eat them.
They could be good for making wine.
I've eaten them.
All right, so you eat the berries and you give me a Constitution save.
Constitution save. Nice.
They're tasty.
Oh,
They don't make your.
They're tasty.
They're tasty, but they don't make your stomach feel too good. And
I run off behind a tree.
And you begin to vomit, and you are now poisoned.
Wow.
You hear someone growling. You begin to feel that pressure. It's trying to come
Nasty diarrhea noises.
Alright.
I'm just taking notes about all of that. I jotted it all down in that small leather journal.
Okay, just watching him. It's fascinating. This satyr creature just ate some berries and now has the shits.
Berries plus satyr equals shits.
Fascinating. All right. Anyone else like to give me a survival check while Innsyn is indisposed from eating?
Why does it sound like a dying Wookiee?
All right.
Does anyone have any leaves?
We got a pine cone.
Great. You hear Micah go, you got a scarf.
No!
Not my scarf.
I do that butt dragging thing that dogs do along the snow. Leave a little brown trail behind.
Oh god.
Oh god.
You guys asked for this.
The imagery is too much. You got any paper from your journal I could use, Galena?
All right, I don't know what kind of timeline I can recheck, but I'll check again at some point.
You'll have to spend another hour in the forest.
Okay.
I would begrudgingly give you a piece of paper out of my journal.
Thank you.
He looks
I wipe my ass with it.
Oh god. Lehabah, do you want to give me a survival check?
I'll give it a shot.
Alright. You could roll.
11.
Alright, you are unable to find tracks as well.
Yeah.
Well, it was worth a shot. Galena, you spent some time searching around, but you find a similar bush of berries.
No, I already took notes about that one.
Heavy dude.
Perhaps we are going about this wrong. The beast attacks the logging camp when they do logging things. So maybe we just go back to camp and pretend to log.
Ah! I
Innsyn-
like your thinking.
Innsyn is distracted by his bloated fucking diarrhea belly, so he is not able to find.
I found the tracks.
It burns so much. Graz, do you want to try giving me a survival check?
Yeah, I'll give you another one.
I am going to get Draws and Graz confused.
Close, but you are also unable to find any tracks. It was worth a shot. Alright, so you guys will have to spend another hour in the forest, so that's 2 hours.
Is it nighttime yet? It's nightfall. We've been here for like 10 hours. Can't find nothing.
Night.
We haven't found shit.
Yeah,
Oh no, we got lots of that.
It's right here. It's right here.
Alright, after about another hour or so, Innsyn, you begin to feel slightly better and you're no longer poisoned.
I dance about playing the pan flute.
It's like, at one point he's just bent over double and now he's like, I'm better now, guys. And
It does not sound good.
No one wants to go over in that corner where he was at.
No, it's pretty much every corner. I was dragging my ass around the whole forest.
You made a pentagram.
Yes.
Shitagram. Alright. Lexington, you're unable to find any more tracks. And Innsyn, you can't find any more tracks. Someone give me a good roll here. Nash, you are unable to find tracks. Erebus, give me a roll with advantage.
All right. We'll give her a shot.
You rolled worse than Innsyn with diarrhea. With advantage.
Well, I don't have proficiency in it until next level.
I'll try again.
Okay.
Ding, you have advanced to level 2.
I got a 19. If I got to go again, I got a 19.
Okay.
Enough. I stumble across some tracks, tripping them.
What'd you get, Ash?
12.
Okay, so you are unable to find them, but luckily Graz was able to find some. So you guys follow the tracks again. And after another 4 hours. You guys spent a long time out in this fucking forest. You feel stealthy, Erebus.
All right, cool.
You guys stumble across. Graz, give me a d6.
Oh God, why me?
All right. You find that same brown moose.
Are we going in circles?
Oh, I was.
And you also find another bush of berries.
This is bullshit.
Berries, you said. Tell me about the berries.
All right,
And
let's.
as you're kind of like watching from the another identical clearing, but not the same one. You see this same fucking moose just kind of munching away, and then off to your right, you hear the sound of something or some things crashing through the brush, and you see the moose kind of get alerted, and it kind of flips around and looks behind it, and they're emerging from out of the trees. You see
It's the peasant.
the peasant.
I told you, it's 4 gnomes on stilts with a white sheet.
You see
Peasant rebellions.
You see 3 brown bears emerge from the forest, and one of them is charging at the moose, and the other 2 have smelled you guys, especially Innsyn's diarrhea ass, and begin charging at you guys, and that will be initiative. They smell his shit covered fur.
Do you have troubles with shit sticking to your fur?
Are you getting them same rolls? Oh no! For another character. Ah, damn, okay. Ah, fuck.
Damn, Graz. Or is it Graz? Graz? Gruz?
Wow.
Graz.
Well, maybe Ash doesn't have to feel so bad anymore.
Yep. Rolling bad initiative. Got that -1.
Oh, you saw how Alistair rolled last night? I literally rolled a fucking 1. Which is why when David was like, "You didn't get last in fucking initiative," I was like, "How is that even possible?"
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know.
It's like I literally rolled a 1, bro. All right, so we've got 16 for Nash. That's pretty good. 13 for Innsyn. Erebus got a 5. Lehabah got a 6. Sir Lexington is a policy ass bitch. The 6. So between Lehabah and Sir Lexington, who wants to go first?
That don't matter.
What? Someone rolled higher than me?
No, nobody rolled higher than you. Well,
Okay.
I haven't put the bears on the tracker yet, so maybe they might.
I don't really care.
Okay.
I'll go first.
All right. Now, the bears. Oh. They have brown bear from the fucking player's handbook. That doesn't make no sense.
It's a new race, brown bear.
Apparently. Oh, yep. One of the bears rolled a 17. Good times. Let's do snowy forest. Some pretty cool maps. tokens, though. I need maps. Oh, interesting. So we import the file now, huh? Adding maps to Fantasy Grounds is Unity is a little interesting. Bear with me just a moment. I thought it was the normal, but oh, there it is. Can I add grids to it? Yep. Hopefully the map. Oh, grids are way better. Nah, still a little off. Whatever. Why can't I move people? This is dumb. Can't move anybody's token. Oh, that would be, maybe that's why. It draws, you know why I want to be able to move people's tokens after I set a grid?
I don't know why it wouldn't let you.
Yeah, I just put a grid down. And I can't even move the fucking, the bears. Weird. Maybe I'll remove the grid. No, I think I need to reload the map. There we go. That was weird. Just use the maps that are on, or the grids that are on there. So what is our marching order here?
I'd be close to the front.
Okay.
If my poison had worn off, I'd like to be kind of out to the side and stealth, but
All right.
that's up to you.
Sure. No, that's fine.
I'd be somewhere in the center where I can't get killed easy.
I would be toward the back.
I'll be towards the middle front-ish area.
All right. So this bear is over here fucking with the moose. These two bears are coming running down the fucking road towards you guys.
Graz said he would be in front too.
Okay. So Galena in the back. We got Graz and Lehabah up front. Sir Lexington is a Ponzi ass motherfucker.
Why you hating?
Just because it's you. And Nash is off to the side fucking by this tree, like fucking winking it.
Okay.
I would also like to be stealthed and off to a side, maybe over here. I don't know.
Sure. That's fine.
Okay.
Why am I way back there?
Here's how well I thought my stealth had been going.
So that would be near the center.
No. Watching you the center. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you gotta kind of set it. I removed the grids because it fucked with the map after I put them on there. All right, so bear number 3 is gonna come running up. And it's going to attack on a 1 or a 2. It's going to attack Graz, and on 3 or 4, it's going to attack Lehabah. Of course it is. Why do I even roll these things?
Yeah, just attack me. Right off the bat, just do it.
The mother of your children, man.
I know.
You
It's
look-
always her.
You look tastier. Take it as a compliment.
All right, a 14 will miss, and then a claw attack, and that one. So the bear runs up to you and begins trying to maul you, but you dodge out of the way of its first attack, and it slips on the fucking snow and kind of almost face plants into the dirt.
Not today, bear.
Not that
That has a totally different sound than normal.
All right.
All right. The bear discharged some people. Let's see.
Yep.
So you're going to see, unlike most clerics that use Toll the Dead or other really stupid things, my guy knows Firebolt.
20 will hit. All right, big
Okay.
damage.
Hey, for level 1, that is big damage. I want to hear it.
All right.
So my question is, do I start off stealth, meaning do I get advantage or not?
Let me see what the bear's passive perception is. And you rolled. Did you roll me a stealth check?
I did it in the tower a minute or 2 ago.
All right, let me see.
I can do it again if you want.
See Erebus's stealth roll. Let me go up further here.
It was before the attack on Lehabah.
Ah, I see. Okay. Yeah, you are stealth, so you would have advantage on the roll.
Oh, nice. So I have 7. I will take a step. Twang. Ah, a hit.
Yeah, 20.
Nice. Bang. Then I will move to. I took 1 step. 1, 2, 3, 4. Over to here. Or how big is this drop down, or is it a raise up?
That is kind of like a little bit of a goalie, so just maybe like 3 feet down.
Oh, so I can like use it as partial cover?
Sure.
Ah, nice. Good. I'm done.
Okay. It is Brown Bear number 1's turn, and it is. Let me add the moose, since you guys haven't really been attacking the moose.
Okay, we don't see no moose.
I know. You will in just a minute.
I see a log. There must have been loggers. It's a really nice map.
I like it. I just found it.
It's a white moose. Oh, it's a brown moose.
Oh.
It is of a neutral stance to you guys. Okay, so the brown bear number 1 is going to attack the moose. Will miss. And it tries to claw it, and it leaves a big old nasty, like basically just guts this moose. So the bear roars and fucking lashes out. the moose will then attack the bear. It's itself with its fucking horns. Oh, we'll hit. Makes sense. A relative accounting for itself as it kind of it's been weakened, so it doesn't have the strength in its legs anymore to make a good hit on the bear. All right, Galena.
Okay, so I wanted to use a cantrip. Do I just go into like my spells list and then click on the damage dice?
So are the spells in your actions tab?
Yeah, so I'm looking at either like Chill Touch or Toll the Dead.
Okay, so to roll it from your character sheet, what you would do is then click on the magnifying glass, and that will bring down the spell things itself. And then,
Okay.
What you can do is I'll target which bear are you shooting at?
Whoever's closest to me.
So that would be bear. Well, bear 3 and bear 1 are the same distance, but we'll say bear 3. How about that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So what we'll do then is we'll target bear 3.
Okay.
And then from your character sheet, what you would then click on is the button, like the sword that right next to attack.
Okay. Ooh.
With a 7, that will miss.
Swing and a miss. Okay.
You point your finger at the bear and shoot a cold ray at it, and it seems to just go shooting over its shoulder off into the distance.
Getting a little nervous out here in these woods.
Yeah.
Gotta hone it in.
All right.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. All right, Lehabah.
Okay. I'm going to try and hit this bear in front of me.
All right.
But I will use my bonus action first to rage.
Okay. I want to hear it.
No.
Yes.
No. God. 17.
That will hit.
10 damage.
Oh, nice. All right. So you smash into this fucking bear with your Morning Star. A solid hit.
Never mind. That was not a bear noise.
Yep. All right, Sir Lexington.
All right. I will attempt to finish round bear number 3.
All right.
Oh, shit. All right. We'll both hit it anyway, so.
Yep. All right. How do you want to kill it?
And then I'll just stab it right in the head, right between the eyes, and drop it. And then I will kind of pull my lance back, and you'll see me kind of do a pole vaulting action with it. And then I'll end up here.
All right. Showing off some high-flying Ponzi-ass moves. The bear just kind of fucking gets stabbed in the head, and then it just collapses to the ground. All right, Erebus.
Great. Was my stealth roll high enough to get advantage?
It seems like the bear knows that you're there.
It does.
It does.
Ah, that bastard.
He's aware of your presence there. Somehow he didn't smell the shit-stained fur on Innsyn.
All right. First combat, and I don't even get to use my racial sneaky surprise attack.
No. Sorry, bro.
Um.
You rolled shitty on your stealth.
All right. I will attack Brown Bear 1.
Okay. See what you got. Yep, that hits.
All right. Do I get my sneak attack bonus because there is an enemy next to the bear?
But not one of your friends.
But it's an enemy.
Of the bear.
Yeah, I think that's good enough, isn't it? Sneak attack.
No, I think it says you have to have an ally.
You don't need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, it does say if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it, that enemy isn't incapacitated, and you don't have disadvantage on the attack roll. Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right.
All right, then, yeah, you do.
Haha! Take that.
Oh, you did hit it with your sharpshooter. All right.
Yep.
Now, these bears have low AC. They're just bears. All right. You plunk a nasty arrow into the bear's ass.
Perforate a bowel. It's not a killing blow, but it's a mortal wound.
All right. Anything else?
That is all for my turn. Do I want to move?
Yep.
I think maybe I will move. I will move there.
Okay. All right. Brown bear number 2. He's going to run up and he's going to try and eat your face off, Graz.
Um,
12 will miss as he tries to bite you, but you dodge out of the way. And an 11 will also miss as he tries to claw you, but you definitely parry his blow. And it will then be your turn, Zach.
Swing my great sword at that bear's head.
Alright. You want to do it from your character sheet?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I'll
Click on that again.
Okay.
Yes, it's ranged. Yeah. Nope, that's not right either.
Nope.
I don't know if you're clicking that at all. Nope, we gotta switch it to the sword.
Sorry, I'm fucking everything up. I clicked on the weapon thing because I thought I had to click on the sword again.
No, it's an
No, that's only for the spells. Okay.
Yeah, so, okay, thank you. Thank you.
Now just double click on where it says the +4.
Okay.
With a 10, that will miss the bear as you swing your great sword at it, but you slip a little bit in the snow and you miss the blow.
Take this mouse away from me.
It's crazy. All right. Anything else? Did you want to move or anything?
Move or anything?
No, that's fine. I'll stay there.
Okay. All right. Back to Nash.
Let's see. Firebolt.
Oh, with the crit.
That was almost a 2.
It was almost a 2. I thought it was going to be.
Well, I got double 2s there.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. 4 on a 2d10. That sucks.
Yeah, that's whatever. I hit it. That's what matters.
That's true. Damage is damage. Alright, Innsyn. Your diarrhea ass.
Sworn I hit Brown Bear 2 before. I guess I hit the other one.
Most
Brown Bear 3.
people hit Brown
Oh,
Bear
Brown Bear
3.
3.
Yeah.
No, that's not bad. Okie dokie. We shall overcome.
we will end our session after this combat.
Ooh, good. Blammo!
All right.
Nice.
Nice shot. All right, so back to Brown Bear number 1. He's going to try to finish off this moose. We'll hit. And you see the brown bear lunged forward, and it grabs the moose by the throat and tears its throat out. And it goes down bleeding and making moose noises. And then it's going to turn around and go after Erebus.
Okie dokie.
With its final attack, which is a 13, so that'll miss. Oh, you guys are getting lucky. All right, Galena.
All right. Is there one that has taken damage?
Yes, actually, both of them have taken damage.
Okay. Well, then I will go for the one at like the top left corner of the map.
Okay, number 1. Okay.
Sure. And then I'm gonna use Toll the Dead.
All right. So for Toll the Dead from your character sheet, you're going to click on the button with the dice on it next to save.
Okay.
Oh, it rolls a 2 and fails the save. So
Cool.
then you'll click on the button next to, yep, the red little
Blood drop.
yeah, next to the 1d12 necrotic.
11 damage.
Pretty good.
Nice. How
All right,
that's
that's
kill it?
Oh. I would hope that it would just like explode into like a blood mist.
All right. Its head just starts shaking, and then its head just like explodes.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Covers Erebus in bear brain gore.
All over my cloak.
Terribly sorry, sir.
All right. Anything else, Galena?
No, that's all I got.
Okay. All right, Lehabah. There is another bear in front of you.
Okay. How do you move your token in here? Do you just left click and drag, or
Yep, just left click and drag.
okay? The bear. Swing at it. $26.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was a natural 20.
Oh, a crit. Okay. Roll the crit damage. You're probably gonna kill it. Unless you get that Will Wheaton roll again.
18 damage.
Ooh, nice.
Wow.
Sorry, Will Wheaton roll. That's pretty hysterical.
She's cursed with the Will Wheaton rolls.
Dang it.
I believe you've said that wrong. It's pronounced Phil Wheaton.
All right, so you lay into it, and it is barely just still standing.
That's all.
Okay. All right, Sir Lexington. That'll hit. It literally only had 3 HP left. How do you want to kill this one?
Right between the eyes again.
All right, just like fucking take your lance and definitely stab it right between its eyes. And as the bear's corpse falls to the ground, you see that it's really the peasant guy in a bear costume.
Oh, God.
He's a Ponzi fuck, and he runs away. No, it's just a bear. All right, so you guys have dispatched the 3 bears.
Well done, Lord Quixote.
And unfortunately, also the moose has been dispatched as well. But it wasn't the moose you're looking for, so it doesn't really matter. And
Well, if we take some white paint, we could put it on this moose and bring its head back.
unfortunately, its antlers are not very impressive at all, so I don't think anyone would believe you.
We take the lance.
The lance.
We make antlers out of it.
I don't think that Lexington is gonna like that. All right, so after that combat, we will go ahead and call our session for the night. So I would like to thank everybody for joining us tonight for our first ever official session of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden. I hope you guys all had fun with me tonight.
Did, and now to wine.
Bug.
All right, see you guys.
Now
tonight.
to sleep.
Yes.
Thanks a lot for having us.
Yeah, for sure. And,
Thanks for running, man.
Thanks
absolutely.
for running.
So join everyone, all of our viewers. Join us next week for our Drowned Sailor's Curse, DM'd by Skratching, as we get into more shenanigans. And again, Gorshkin's dick is no longer broken. That makes me happy.
Yeah,
Thank
but
goodness.
it can always happen again.
He learned the lesson of not using the alchemist jar mayonnaise.
He still hasn't tried butter.
Dude, don't use butter. Oh.
Aye. All right. And follow us, Dice by the Sword, on Twitter and Twitch and all that good stuff. We have presences everywhere.